Hi, I'm Anna Carrier. I'm the Community Business Program Lead for the WVU and COVA Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. And today we are talking about cost and revenue models. I'd like to welcome Jeff Skadra from Focus First Advisors, and I'll let him tell you a little bit about himself, and then we'll go ahead and answer some questions you might have about cost and revenue models.
Thanks, Anna. Yep, I'm with Focus First Advisors, and I'm a business consultant, and we focus on helping businesses scale using systems-driven strategies.
Hi, my name's Anna Carrier. I am the Community Business Program Lead for the WVU and COVA Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. And I'm here today to talk with Jeff Skadra from Focus First Advisors about cost and revenue models. So Jeff, go ahead. You can introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more.
All right. Thank you, Anna. Yeah, so like Anna said, I'm with Focus First Business Advisors, and we help owners build businesses that scale and run without them wearing all the hats. We do that with focus because with the right focus, scaling your business becomes simple.
All right. So we'll start with the first question. If someone is trying to start a new business from scratch, how would they go about building a cost structure and revenue model?
Well, I like starting with the business model canvas, and if you're not sure what that is, just Google it. There's a lot of different examples, but it's a one-page business model that makes it really easy to try to figure things out. And one of the first areas you want to consider is your revenue and cost structure. And really, you want to start with understanding, obviously, where the money's coming from. Where is the revenue going to come in? What does that look like? What's the need in the market? What's the price point going to be? What are your pricing strategies? You know, think in terms of not only a single one and done price, but how can you bring them back again and again? So having a recurring pricing strategy is really important. And once you understand what your pricing is going to be, where your revenue is going to be coming from, your multiple streams of revenue, then you have to understand what the costs are. What are the costs to deliver that revenue? You know, break that down very, very specifically, because that's really important to know if you're going to be profitable and if you can scale this revenue stream, scale your business. Those are two words that are very important that a lot of people miss. You know, you have to be profitable first and you have to be scalable. And the different costs that you want to look at are what are called variable and fixed costs. Your variable costs are also known as your cost of goods sold, or cost of goods, or the cost to deliver a service, depending on the type of business you're in. And those are directly related to your revenue stream. Your fixed costs are going to be more around your overhead and things that it costs your business to operate. So if you have a physical location, if you have internet, if you have electric, all those things go into play. And then the last thing I want to say on that are the two metrics that you're looking to measure are your gross profit, which is your revenue minus your variable costs. This will tell you if you're, if you're being profitable before your business costs. And then your net profit, which is your gross profit minus your fixed costs. And that'll give you your net profit. And profit is very, very critical because you have to have that if you want to have a business. And a lot of people don't look at profit first. They just think, I'm going to go out and I'm going to sell something and I'm going to be successful and sell it. At the end of the day, they're not profiting. So think about how much profit you want to have first, okay? If you want to have $2,000 a month in your pocket every month, work that backwards with your revenue stream and your costs. And that'll really help. And then you can choose to reinvest that if you want.
How will this help their business? I mean, you touched on that a little bit, but how can it further help their business?
Yeah, I think I said that. I kind of threw it all in the first question, but it's about profitability and scalability. And so when you understand these things, when you understand your revenue, when you understand your costs, that's the very basic thing that you need to understand in order to have a profitable and scalable business. And the reason why scalability is important is because you want to build a business that runs without you. Because once you get to a certain point in your business, you become the roadblock. And with you in the way, you cannot scale your business. So you have to build your business in a way and start thinking about it from the beginning. Even though you might have to do a lot of things at the beginning, you have to think of it in a way that eventually, how do you not do that?
Awesome. So how would you recommend a business get started with this?
Besides the business model canvas, just quite simply what's called a profit and loss statement. And this can be super basic and just use a spreadsheet and just list out your revenue streams at the top and your expenses at the bottom. And you want to do this on a monthly basis. So start with the first month, and then each column create another month and track that every month. And eventually you'll be able to use something like that to help you project cash flow as well, to understand what expenses you have coming up, what revenue you have coming up, so that you don't have any surprises.
Perfect. So you've had a lot of experience with various businesses and helping them scale. Do you generally start with the business model canvas and then talk through some of this with them as well?
We do. So a lot of the businesses that we work with are already established. So a lot of times what we end up having to doing is simplify their business model. So we kind of use a version of that business model canvas. For example, a business that offers 10 different services, we may go in and figure out that, one or two of those are the services or products that they have to focus on first, hence the name, in order to scale their business, and then they can add in the others.
And how does building these models help you find investors?
Well, investors want to invest in a business that they know can be profitable and can be scalable. Those are two really important words to investors. And if you have that worked out from the very beginning, then it should be and you can prove that model, it should be a no-brainer for investors to want to get involved, because they see the upside. They see that you've tested the market. They see that there's a need in the market and that you can run the business profitably.
Yeah, I mean, knowing a lot of this can really help you save on some headaches. You can kind of know what you can expect to generate, so you're not so wishy-washy or scared, or you can be more confident that you can generate the profit. Just in these last few minutes, could you just take a second and tell us a little bit about your business and how you may have helped a couple of businesses along the way by helping them build cost and revenue models?
Sure, absolutely. So we, like I said, we go in and we analyze every business and we look at their numbers first, because the numbers are really important. If you don't know your numbers, then you really don't have a business. You're just sort of creating another job for yourself. And we understand really where their profitability is and where their potential for scalability lies. A good example that we recently worked with was a company we're still working with today, is a retail company in Wheeling named 1042 Tactical. And we went in, they really didn't have any systems or processes in place. They didn't have their numbers in place, and we worked with their numbers first to understand the biggest opportunity for scale was with their sales process. So we fixed the sales process. They immediately saw a return on that, and we moved on into the next strategy and into the next strategy. And over the course of about 10 months, we put them on a trajectory from low six figures into multiple seven figures, and are now working on a new model that is pushing them to be a little bit more online and proving that model out, allowing them to see potential for getting to about $8 million in about 4 years. And we're on the tail end of that, which is looking pretty good right now.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you for taking your time to spend with us and tell us a little bit more about cost and revenue models and how they can really impact your business in such a positive way. Knowing your numbers is key, and it can help you grow and make more money, which is ultimately all of our goals. So thank you, Jeff.
Thank you. I'm willing to help out. If anyone has questions, contact you, and you can put me in touch with them. And
what's your email, just in case they'd like to reach out to you?
It's GEOFF at FocusFirstAdvisors with an O, ADVISORS.com.
Awesome. Thank you.